Deputy Danny Healy-Rae, and let you remind you that we're dealing with the directional signs.
Yeah, directional signage to places where people are working. And I already said that 6,450 people are employed in the drinks and hospitality trade in the county of Kerry. 10.5% of the total amount of people employed in all of the county. And this demonisation of alcohol, and again I suppose I should declare that I am the owner of a pub and have for many years. I live in the pub, and this demonisation of alcohol, it's going too far, because there was never anything wrong with a man after a hard day's work having a pint on a warm summer's evening or a drink. Yeah.
Says that a man who wants a pint on a hot summer's day can't have it. Please, I would ask you.
Yes, but
no, it's not relevant. I would ask you to hone in on the advertising, which is section 14, and is proposed to amend that. Section 14, please.
See, people are worried as well, and they have said to me, "What about where pubs are close to schools? What's going to happen there? Is there going to be? Are they going to be prohibited from advertising their do you know what they do or what they have in their premises?" It's just this is in all of this, Minister, is going to have a detrimental effect on employment and the people that work in these visitor centres, the people that work in all of the drinks industry. Is going to have a detrimental effect. And you see, again, I say to you, the cancer label is kind of a stigma thing, and that people will look at and refrain from having just a social drink or a drink that they're entitled to after a hard day's work. And
the issue, it's not on. We're not debating that. Listen, if the House decides that they want to go back to a second stage debate, that I can't. I have to. I'm merely implementing. I'm implementing the rules.
Right.
Now, listen. Yeah. Please, Deputy Healy-Rae.
Well, I'm still very worried about this signage. And
let's get clarification from the Minister, and if he needs a bit of leeway and time,
signage and
I'll give it to him.
The effect that will have on these visitor centres and the people that are, like we stated earlier, that in bad times set out on the road of creating employment and producing a product for the market, that this is going to hurt them in a very real way, and maybe we can't fully understand yet the implications of it, but the worry is that it is going to have a serious detrimental effect on the industry, and that there will be no gain for what we set out to do in the first place. What we set out, this bill started out over 3 years ago, was to curb underage drinking and to prevent.
That's not true. No.
Well, that's what it was in the start, but there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things added on to it in recent times.
Let the Minister
so, Minister,
your fears.
Very opposed to what he proposed.